And greetings everyone. Let's play some Path of Exile.
I've seen a wilderness like this before. There'll be some dark days ahead.
Dark days ahead. So this is Ruthless, which I've played once before. Kind of want to say it's not very fun, but anyway. Here we go.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with.
Right, we have. Alright, we get Burning Arrow. Hang on. So I've not played a lot of Path of Exile. I've actually played more of 2 now. I played this when it came out. I actually went ahead and checked my achievements for it. Yeah, I started playing this in 2013. And then I got a bunch of achievements, and the next achievements are like 2023. So yeah, I didn't play for a long time. Maybe around the time Path of Exile 2 came out, or it was announced. Maybe I picked it back up again. But I have yet to... I have finished the campaign actually recently, which takes for me at least, I think it takes a long time. I think it took me 30 hours or something, which, you know, probably I'm not right. We have to pick up stuff because there's not a lot of stuff around in Cruel. I think at some point we should get... I'm kind of used now to not picking stuff up. Yeah, I finished the main campaign in like 30 hours or so. There's probably... I didn't have an ideal character, I guess. I kind of winged it, which you shouldn't do. You should probably just get a build online, follow that. But I did it anyway. I kind of enjoyed it, but I did start a new character as finishing the campaign, because once I started doing the maps, I got well, she can manage, I guess, but it's very slow, kind of boring. That was a melee scion, and recently I started a ranger again on the normal league, which actually I'm surprised.
Still breathing, that's a good sign.
I actually don't think you need to really, if you have played through the campaign once, I think you could get away with not playing it again, because I think I can already access those maps at the end. Not on Cruel, of course, because that's a different league. But I played through the campaign, and I didn't actually bother listening to any dialogue. Okay, didn't really follow the story at all. But still, it took 30 hours. Again, not an ideal character, and also probably some time lost to the new league stuff with the there we go, quick step. That's what I remember. I played a Cruel character once before. That might have been 2023 actually. Let's put it there.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Yeah, I think this this ability, the quick step, isn't actually available in the normal league. Although now that it's pretty much just dash, but probably a dash that works for all characters, not just the ranger or a dex character, I should say. A green gem character. We got Hillock, the blacksmith. Oh, so on the minimap it shows I have two what are they called? Mercenaries here, but they actually don't appear. There's old Nessa.
I've seen you before, back in Oriath. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but
It's not much. I'll not.
A ravishing ranger. There's an island.
I'll try to not go through it. The dialogue. I tried to listen to a bit of lore. And looked up a wiki.
Fine work with Hillock.
Yep.
Where'd you learn to fight like that?
Okay, so we have split arrow,
I asked.
ice shot, frost
Exiles
blades,
have no history.
galvanic arrow,
Honest took
or
it from
galvanic
his black
caustic.
eyes dump us in the water out there.
I don't know which one to take actually.
Got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards.
So not frostblade, not fires a
The way I
trio
figure
of
it,
electric
the longer
arrows
we
that quickly
fighters live,
dissipate.
The longer everyone lives.
This one is actually, this one might be all right, I guess. I think I'll. You know what? I'm really not sure if I'm going to be playing this character very far anyway. It's kind of just, let's look at Cruel for a bit. Right, the story. With Path of Exile 2, with the second one, that's still in early access now, I actually took the time to play it and kept track of the story. I didn't skip anything. I actually took notes just so I could kind of know what my character was doing.
My mana is gone.
Honestly, was it worth it? The thing I can say about the story for Path of Exile 2 is that it is at least not it's not that bad. It's not insultingly bad. Especially coming off of I played Monster Hunter Wilds not too long ago. That story is insultingly bad. The story isn't good, the characters are bad, annoying. That was, as R.I.P. David Lynch would say, such a sadness. And the thing is, you don't go to Monster Hunter for a good story, right? But it's just, they spend a lot of time and money on it. You can see it. There's a lot of effort in that story, but it's just awful. And the thing about, yeah, it's not that, well, that's a very low bar to set, I guess, but it's not that bad if you look at Path of Exile 2. I kind of liked how,
Wait a bit longer for this meal.
I'm just going to copy the one I'm doing on the normal league. So I take this one, then I go around this one to get the decks, and I think then we go down here, and then you get these ones and these ones, and probably might not get that far anyway. Although this is not hardcore, so if my character dies, it's not, we don't lose anything. I did a hardcore character just as a kind of a joke, really, because I shouldn't be doing that because I don't know enough about the game. And that's also, that wasn't this league, that was a while ago. I got, well, that was the last league, I think. I played a bit of that one. I made it to 50, level 50 something, so that wasn't too bad in my opinion, but still. Took me long enough, I guess, so. And your character actually doesn't, it just gets put in the normal league, so you don't lose the character, really. Although you only get to keep what the character is wearing and what's in your inventory. You don't get to carry over the stuff that you have in your stash. So in that way, it does sting quite a bit. But you can at least keep playing the character if you want. So there's maybe not really that big of a deal if you to start a character in hardcore, really, if you'd want that. I kind of liked about Path of Exile 2's story is how kind of unapologetic it is in these in kind of the modern writing days. It's just like, yep, we have what you call it? They're not really savages, I guess. They are. Are those the Val that you get to interact with? But anyway, yeah, they're just sacrificing people left and right. It's like they don't care. They're just, yep, this is what happens. And I think a lot of you know, board directors or whatever you want to call it would probably be kind of iffy to show that stuff. You can't show like natives or whatever you want to call it do that kind of stuff. But now I actually realize that they kind of... Oh, this one's bad. She killed me on hardcore. And then I just started a new character. And that one got to 50. When we're ranged, it's not that bad. Probably that one. Oh no, that one. I don't want a plate fest. Let's wear that one. Evasion, that's what we need. Right, but now I actually figured that Path of Exile 2 is set in the past of Path of Exile 1. So kind of parts of the story was set, so they kind of had to show certain things, I guess. But I don't know enough to be commenting on that stuff, I guess. I think that's only something I figured out in the last couple of days, really. The Path of Exile 2 is set in the past. I may have read it somewhere, but just didn't care, didn't bother. I think they kind of... I wouldn't say they had to, but I think one of the reasons they're doing it is because otherwise I don't think it makes sense for them to have or not have the gem system that is in this game. And I think that those gems don't exist yet in Path of Exile 2. I think that's kind of the deal. Not entirely sure though. Alright, this is an ultra wide recording. I'm using the full length of my screen now. I haven't had it for too long, I guess, but quite a while now. Like the drift, recently recently, it's been a while, but I recorded the drifter, and that was just 16:9, so it just changed the resolution of the recording. Right. This is the new stuff in the league, Bathysphere, where I immediately, well not immediately, but I kind of got my first death on the normal league.
Let's talk.
Alright.
Been watching you rip and tear your way up the coast. You've a knack for carnage. I could do with a first mate of your caliber. Last one wet himself soon as the steel started singing. Bloody embarrassing. The name's Valerie. Captain Valerie, if you will. If you're so inclined, climb aboard. If not...
Alright. But I don't think there's much to do right now.
Alright, I know what you're thinking. Where's the crew? Well, they're not so much on the ship as in the ship. You want to set sail? Gotta know where you're going. Here's a chart.
Oh, we get one.
To
Alright.
undertake our treasure swims, well, we put a chart in this thing, then you climb inside.
Right.
There you go.
There we go. I'll put these away. Let's do this. And then you go down.
See that ghostly light? It's holding back the sea. Thank Vesper's bag of tricks. Now we place the lanterns. Won't get any treasure without it. Look out below!
Alright, I'm
See
playing
that stuff swirling about
I'm
the
playing with a
lantern?
controller,
That's Hitman's
which might be
sulfur.
heresy.
That's what we're here for.
My mana is gone.
But since Path of Exile 2 and other ARPGs, I kind of cannot go back to mouse controls. I play those other ones with WASD.
I put you out of your misery.
This doesn't have that.
These
So yeah, I
lanterns
play
will
with
burn
controller, so
forever.
I still have direct control of my
And make
character.
sure you place them all.
And at first I thought, well, this is gonna suck on a ranged character. It might be alright for a melee, but actually it's really not that bad. You don't have to be that precise, really.
Nice work. Just a few more.
So the thing about Cruel is that you don't get a lot of loot for one, but also you get very few sport gems, which is a hassle. Well, a hassle. I say it's kind of the thing that's keeping you from playing like you normally would. So I was checking up on my old characters and I actually noticed that the last Cruel character I played was, I think, also a ranger. Yeah, and she didn't even have a like an ascendancy class, even though she was level 47. Because I seem to remember I just couldn't get through the whole gauntlet of getting the ascendancy class. So, yeah, I seem to remember someone saying on in the general chat that Cruel isn't really hard, or it just takes longer. But I don't know. It seems harder to me just because with support gems you do less damage basically. So, right, now I'm dying again. I was talking too much. So this is it, right? You lose all those Allflame things, so you put them down. I think they changed this. It's more forgiving now.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Crap!
There goes another first mate. Should have recruited that big old bastard on the Strand instead.
Well, there we go. I died to lag. That's fine. Well, there I was, dying again. Oh. Yeah, menus and charts are of course a bit annoying with the controller, but it doesn't really weigh up to. Can I get back to where I was? Wait, no, I got the waypoint, so that's fine actually. There we go. Yeah, I should have kept better track of the Allflames, because what I do, I put 6 of them down, and then I go back to the bathysphere, and then just use the last one near it, and then get back on the bathysphere.
You still need to find your sea legs, but don't worry.
Don't worry, you get a participation prize. Come on. I'll not bother with those weathered carving stories. Again, I think those are about kind of tribesmen that came to this island, and I think you interact with those as well in Path of Exile 2. I think near the end they become relevant. I will say not, well, it makes sense I suppose, but playing this a little bit when it came out and now and going back to it like 10 years plus later, and actually only recently playing through the whole campaign, there is a lot of stuff that I just don't haven't really bothered with doing or understanding, because there is so much stuff they added on. And now of course that whole Bethsair thing is new, so that you kind of get introduced to that pretty steadily. So I kind of understand what that's about. But yeah, there's all kinds of other stuff.
Pain brings strength. That's nature for you.
Let's see, is that bow better than what I have? Crude bow, 5 to 13, 5 to... It's the same. Alright. Iron hat with... Nah. Wait. Would have lost my sidestep there. Oh, we leveled up again. I didn't really enjoyed these kinds of games when I was younger. It only somewhat in more later years that they kind of clicked for me. I think, well, one of the things that helped for me was the kind of that they normalized the WASD movement in these types of games, kind of having direct control. That made me kind of get into them more. I guess I did play Diablo 3 when it came out. And the weird thing is I actually played it more and enjoyed it more. Well, enjoyed more, probably not, but I played it. I have more fond memories of playing it before they kind of fixed it.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles. This medicine chest, it's great.
I'm taking this. I always take that one because you don't come across that very often.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery.
Take that.
Got a job for you, if you're willing.
Right. Clear out those row animals. Oh, I haven't set up. I'm not going to bother, but I do have those stash tabs that you can. Because yeah, this game is free to play, and although most stuff is cosmetics, so you don't need them, the stash tabs, that's kind of a thing that, I mean, you don't need them, but honestly, that is just such a quality of life thing. Once you have them, kind of don't want to play without them. Especially just the currency tab. That's such a relief to have that. Which I bought because I bought basically the early access for Path of Exile 2, which just translates to you getting $30 or whatever it was in store credit, and I just used that to get tabs, stash tabs. I think later on I bought a kind of support package just because I had played 100 hours and was kind of like, oh well, may as well now that I've played 100 hours in Path of Exile 2, and I think that's at 250 hours now, which, you know, for some people have thousands of hours in Path of Exile 2 already, or I say already, but they had thousands of hours when the game was basically that I was even wondering, have there been so many hours since the game was released? But I guess it had, because they have thousands of hours of playtime. But for me, 250 hours is kind of a lot. Probably in the you're getting to the top most played games I have. Most played game is probably still World of Warcraft, because I don't know how to compute those hours, because I played it so long ago, for one. And maybe it might not even be as bad as I think it is, because it just feels like I played it a lot. But again, being somewhat in your early teens, maybe it's actually not that bad if I were to look up those characters and actually look at the playtime. I did play some more over the years, not some of the later expansions of live expansions. I think Wrath of the Lich King, I played quite a bit of that. I didn't like Burning Crusade too much, just aesthetically, I guess. That was more the thing. I didn't like it aesthetically. Even though I kind of get that it's considered to be probably one of the best, or the best expansion. Some people maybe like Wrath of the Lich King a bit more. But yeah, Wrath of the Lich King, I did really like the aesthetics of that. Being whatever age I was when that came out. And then of course they had Pandas. I think I played a little of that. I did play some Cataclysm as well. In Wrath of the Lich King, I started playing a Paladin healer. And I remember healing in Cataclysm as well. I think around the Pandas I kind of stopped. And in more recent years, the most played game was actually Elden Ring.
My mana is gone.
Which kind of Elden Ring is one of a game that I've played a lot of. I think I'm kind of done with it. I don't know if I want to play it again, but I haven't soured on it. Because the thing is, I've played quite a bit of Skyrim as well. But that game I mean, I guess it's good, but I don't really think it's that good anymore. Do I have all the things? Yeah, so I should probably open up that wall first if I can. But that's also a reason why well, it's also just because where something like WoW is right now, but I just have no intention of playing that ever again. But I'm also done with the company. There are a few companies that I'm just like, I don't want to give you any money. Blizzard is one, or rather Blizzard Activision, I guess. Oh, I should have gone the other way. Ubisoft. But then again, Ubisoft, it's their business practices for one, but I don't really like their games really, so it's not that hard to stay away from them. I think the last time I played Ubisoft games might have been, I wanted to say PS2 era, but no. I did play Black Flag on PS4, which made me realize that I don't like Assassin's Creed games. Because before that I played Assassin's Creed 2 and I didn't really like it. And then I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, because that's kind of the Assassin's Creed for people that don't like Assassin's Creed, I guess. But I didn't like that either. So that was kind of the end of my Assassin's Creed voyage. Then I just stopped it altogether. And that might have been the last game I played of Ubisoft. And then more recently, of course, the remake came out for, or the upgrade, whatever you want to call it, the visual upgrade for Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out. And sadly, there were like 2 million copies sold in a very short while. Which means that Ubisoft has made bank. I'm actually low on mana. I should have been probably checking to see if there was any
My mana is gone.
maybe a mana flask. Might have. Oh god. I might have missed a mana flask. Thinking about developers of publishers that I just don't want to give any money to anymore. This has somewhat to do with that, actually. I was, and this doesn't really, ooh, look at that. I can see through the mountain. Might that be because it doesn't really, I think I've seen it happen more. It might have been because of the widescreen. No, something happened that has never happened to me on the internet, so it's not important anyway. Doesn't matter. I was banned from a chat. There we go. That'll help. So the thing is, I don't really. I'm not part of the Twitch generation, right? I don't really get that. But there were some people that I look at their stuff and they were like, I'm on Twitch. I was just like, okay, I'll make a Twitch account and just have a look, see if I can say hi to them when they're online. Because those are people that don't have a lot of, you know, not that I need to say hello to them or anything, or that doesn't, but just kind of distracted here. Yeah, just wanting to say hi to them. So I have a Twitch account, and of course once you have it, you kind of check up on the homepage once in a while, maybe look up a game that you want to see gameplay of. So I was looking at gameplay of somebody. Yeah, I'm really getting into trouble not having flasks. Wait, I can run. Should I maybe check back to see? Isn't there a waypoint in this area? crap. Well, that's cruel for you. It's already tough.
I'm not up to that just yet.
But yeah, I was looking at a stream, and I usually have them. I have my kind of my sorting set up that it sorts from the bottom up. So I look at channels that don't have a lot of viewers, because then at least you know, people will actually enjoy it if you say something, rather than being a bot that is advertising AI viewers. Actually, that might be better for me. Boy, this isn't going very well. Maybe I should come back. Let's see if I can... I don't think I can buy flasks, can I? Wait, hang on. There's a waypoint in that other area. But anyway, I came into a stream and he was talking about The Witcher. He's kind of going on about that they might be announcing, well, I think they have announced a new expansion for The Witcher 3, and of course they're working on The Witcher 4, even though that kind of was a bookend, right? The Witcher 3, I think. So yeah, and so I said, oh right, I did the thing for Tarkley. Yeah, basically I said I'm not really expecting anything worthwhile from, well, I'm not having my high hopes or anything worthwhile from them anymore, because they're now ESG DEI funded company, which is true. That they are now. You can debate if they might still be able to make a good expansion or a good game. I don't know, but generally it does mean they tilt towards pro-investor rather than pro-consumer, right? So that's why, and I kind of said that somewhat nicely, and he just immediately went, "No, that's not true," and he blocked me.
Now that you've drained that passage, best I warn you about something.
But just
I was running down a wounded rower one night's eve when I glimpsed something in that.
Yeah,
water.
let's get shrapnel ballistas. I like that one. Which kind of made me smirk at first, because I thought, well, he might be compromised. You know, if he wants to do like if he maybe he already did, or maybe he wants to do it in the future. If he wants to do sponsored content, you can't entertain those kinds of thoughts, I guess. So I was like, all right, I guess that makes sense. I like to put it here. Submerged passage. All right, I forgot to check, but I don't think I have very much to buy it with anyway. So yeah, this place is usually packed on the regular league, but no one plays Cruel.
Hello.
Or very few people play Cruel, I should say, compared to regular. Okay, you do sell flasks, but okay, and I can't buy them, so I probably should. There we go. And that is it. Now I cannot buy any more. 15 portal scrolls. Wow. Alright. Well, at least we have one. There we go.
Hello.
I'll also sell those. Which doesn't lead to anything. Can you... No.
Come to hear your poem.
Yeah, I think that's later on. So now actually those wisdom scrolls are actually worth quite a bit. Because later on, characters can just identify stuff for you. But yeah, so either that streamer maybe wanted to do stuff in the future. Sponsored content. Or maybe he already has, was planning on it. So yeah, then you can't really talk about that kind of stuff. At the same time though, you kind of have to check yourself on that kind of thinking, I guess, once in a while. Because I thought, well, maybe I'm kind of coming off as, you know, as one of those people that says to someone when he's drinking a glass of soda, like, do you know that you're drinking like 12 cubes of sugar right now? You know, you don't want to be that guy. And maybe I was a bit that guy when you're coming in and talking start talking about that kind of stuff right away. They're gonna make crap because they're EGDI now. They have to think about investors rather than gamers. Yeah, this is not doing too well on the short bow. That's a little bit better, I think. That doesn't really matter that much. I don't have any. So this is actually something that I was wondering if this was also true for Cruel, but it is in this league. So all the gems can go anywhere because it's all white. White slots rather than colored ones. Which, honestly, once I was kind of immediately used to it, really. It kind of makes sense. But yeah, it didn't used to be like that, of course. Jeez. Oh, wait, hang on. I can do this now. Ooh. I wonder how the marketplace is for Cruel. The market panel. I've only recently discovered that actually, how easy it is to use. So I have like my latest character is decked out in all uniques. Not great ones, but still, just because they're so easy to buy. The really good ones I probably couldn't buy because I don't have... I think I only found like one divine orb so far.
My mana is gone.
Yeah. Man. There we go. He's going down. Wipe out the remaining monsters. Can I already see how many? 3 left. Alright. There they are. And we're done. Alright. I'm gonna use a scroll. It's fine.
A necromancer. Just the one, was it? I've traveled. Fine work.
2 passive respec points. That is such a useless thing now. Just because respecking isn't really that much of a deal anymore. Because yeah, I remember there was no respecking really when it originally came out, I seem to remember. Apart from those few points you can get through the campaign. I could probably check. I have no idea how many if the game was actually as long as it is now back in 2013. I don't know if it is. Because the later acts do seem to have quite a bit of ooh, another mana flask. Do seem to have quite a bit of production value to them, which seems a bit out of character for the first couple acts, but I don't know, maybe not. Whoop.
My mana is gone.
My mana is gone. Yeah, I think kind of those when I played a bit a couple of years ago, I played a cruel character, and I think I didn't play a. I just started on cruel for some reason, just to kind of try it out. And if you don't have the kind of the contrast juxtaposition between cruel and the normal league, it didn't feel that weird, honestly. Now it just feels so slow. I did see someone back then writing in the kind of just said in the chat saying that when you're used to this, when you're used to cruel, the normal league feels like a private server where someone just turned all the knobs to 11, and I kind of get that, but at the same time it kind of does feel more. I mean, really, the game is balanced to be that way, so. Quality 7, evasion 12. Yeah. There we go. Foyers modify will be revealed once charted. Get the hell out of here. This is a bit of a cluster. Whoa. Oh, hang on. got another passive. There we go. Extra damage. Let's go. Oof. Trying to think if it's easy to get arrows that pass through enemies. I don't know. Something I noticed while playing, playing Path of Exile 2 really before 1, because honestly I had played so little of 1. Well, I mean, probably a few dozen hours, but still I hadn't really gotten anywhere. And then playing 2 and then coming back to 1 and then going through the entire campaign, you do notice there's so much overlap, so many stuff that I thought was unique to 2 that is just present in 1. But then I guess it might have been made for 1 and then just put into 2, but maybe it might be vice versa as well, that they released stuff in 2 and then put it in 1, but I don't know. But it did kind of make me think of that meme with the 2 astronauts. Wait, Path of Exile 2 is just Path of Exile 1? Always has been. I mean, it does have, of course, graphic fidelity and it does play different. It has a different playstyle because of the dodge thing. Well, because just different abilities and whatnot. So I'm kind of surprised though how much fun I'm having with Path of Exile 1. Kind of goes to show that they did kind of knock it out of the park. I do think there's enough, I guess, enough difference in just playstyle that it does to give 2 basically its right to exist. I think it's but yeah, I liked it. Still do actually. It's not even 1.0. I think they announced when it goes into 1.0. It might be this year or next year, which, come on, these guys just aren't dying, are they? Or do they just have health regen? That might be the problem. Yeah, because just looking back at how long it took for them to do like a patch from 0.1 to 0.2, it kind of did the math and it was like this 1.0 isn't coming out until like 2032 or something. But I think they kind of stepped it up a bit. I mean, it was fine, it was playable. The only thing that's kind of nagging in the back of your head is, well, they're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna wipe the characters that you play in early access, but it is gonna be in its own league. But then again, honestly, since I started playing 2, you kind of realize that with how leagues work, you generally don't play much. You just play characters inside of the league, and then when the league ends, you just start new characters. You don't really stick with. I mean, some people might do that, but I don't see. Well, that's over with. I don't think there's much use to keep on playing in normal league, I guess. We have a padded fast already. But yeah, I thought maybe if I start playing this, start playing Cruel again, I kind of get a taste for it. But now I'm just, maybe if you just not play regular for a while, then play Cruel just exclusively, it might make more sense. But now it just feels a bit wrong, honestly. I'm not really having as much fun as I did when I just kind of dove into it, not really knowing what to expect and just playing it without really looking at the other league. Yeah, the juxtaposition is just too... well, then again, it is what it is. It says it on the tin. They even warn you when you make a Cruel character. They're like, are you sure? I remember, so I played only like maybe 20 hours of Path of Exile 2 when it came out, and then I was like, yeah, it's fine, I'll get back to it. And then I didn't play it for a little while, and then I actually went back to it when the Steam reviews were extremely negative. And I think they were complaining that the drop rates were really low. And someone said it's like Path of Exile 1 Cruel mode now, and nobody likes that. But that was kind of the time when I actually thought about... I installed it again and gave it another go, and then it actually clicked a bit more. And I played it quite a bit. So I kind of had fun with the game, well, when all the other people weren't. But still, enough people were playing it, so it's not like... People like to complain, but they're still playing it. I think I'll get to the next waypoint. I think it's pretty close, and then I'll call it a day. I've kind of had enough. Thing is, though, playing on high level Path of Exile, it's fun to play, it's not fun to watch. This is, you can kind of tell what's going on when you're on the higher levels. I'm like, I don't even kind of know what I'm doing. I know what skills I have set up, and I kind of know when to use what, but there's so much going on. Rattling bones.
My mana is gone.
It has been a hot summer over here. And actually now it's kind of cooled off, but sitting here right now I'm actually I feel like the temperature is kind of rising again. And I think it's like a couple of cooler days right now. Let's see, increased damage with bows, attack speed, accuracy, damage over time. I don't think we have damage over time. The Goatman. I was looking a bit at EverQuest Legends that was released end of last month now. I don't know if I want to play it. Wait, did I have shoes on? I did. Armor and energy shield. This is just energy shield. but it does have more gem sockets, so I guess I'll wear it for now. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that EverQuest Legends, how it kind of uses the concept that they came up with for a private server, and then Daybreak shut it down and make their own version and monetized it. I guess I kind of get it. Where they're coming from. They're it's like they allow, but you might say, well, they're allowing P99 because it was kind of already established even before Daybreak took over the company that now owns EverQuest. But yeah, I kind of get that you get in trouble. I kind of get that they're saying with P99 this is just a very that it's that at that very niche point in time that they're you know, the P99 crowd isn't really that big. So they're not losing that much customers with it, and yeah, like I said, it was already established. So it was probably they probably would have gotten more bad rap if they shut it down. But the hero's journey had so many people playing, and also it being, you know, modified content, which P99 clearly isn't. That's not what it is about. So I get that that's where they're kind of coming from, where you're saying, okay, if you modify our content too much, then that's a no-go. I think, and there's also Qualm, which I think doesn't really modify stuff. It just modifies drop rates for certain things. But they have Qualm has restrictions when it comes to people being able to be online at the same time. I don't know how many it is, like a couple hundred at a time. And also, of course, the thing is, the hero's journey was taking, well, I guess P99 is kind of sort of taking money. You can whatchamacallit, you can donate money that they put towards the servers, keeping the servers up and maintenance. But the hero's journey was just had a whole monetization system, which kind of, yeah, I think once you do that stuff, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Same was true with Turtle WoW, which I played quite a bit, but that was taken down not too long ago. But the same was true for that one. It was custom content for one, and also I think they probably made quite a bit of money off of that. And yeah, once you start doing that, then they come after you. Anyway. Yep, nobody around.
Hello.
You can have this, you can have that, you can have these. Take it all. And I'll get almost next to nothing for it, but it's fine. It's all good. No, I want to keep those. Yeah, anyway, I think that's where I call it. So yeah, that was a bit of Path of Exile Cruel, which I probably wouldn't recommend. Then again, it's kind of in the name. If it just doesn't sound like something you would be into, it's not for you. It's kind of one of those things, right? It's like playing hardcore. If you don't see the merit of playing hardcore, then you shouldn't play hardcore. It's probably that simple. The same is true for Cruel, I guess. But yeah, anyway, yeah, just a little bit of Path of Exile gameplay for you there. So anyway, yeah, that is it. So thank you for watching, and see ya.